And that's why I think for the Red Wings this year, the key is, can you get better? Never mind whether you make the playoffs or not. Can you put a product on the ice, night in, night out, that looks like a more complete, competitive team? And if they do, I think it'll be a successful year.
And the Calder goes to Moritz Seider.
Summer for the Red Wings kicked off with Moritz Seider capping off his rookie year with the Calder Trophy. The Calder news was quickly followed up by the Red Wings hiring Derek Lalonde as the next head coach of the team.
Today is a very exciting day for the Detroit Red Wing organization and really for all of our Red Wing fans around the world. We're very excited and thrilled to welcome Derek Lalonde as the next head coach of the Detroit Red Wings.
I'll turn it over to Derek, but we're very excited to have him here with us and look forward to getting to work here immediately.
Well, first and foremost, I think the Red Wings needed help defensively, and any coach that was going to come in here to Detroit had to really look at this team and get better defensively.
My first thoughts about Derek Lalonde were, this is a guy who has been a lot of places, succeeded at almost all of them, and learned from some of the best coaches as well. He's been at Denver University, he's been in the USHL, the AHL, and just won a couple of Stanley Cups with the Lightning. So immediately he walks into this job in Detroit with a bevy of experience.
I'm proud to introduce the 28th coach in Detroit Red Wings hockey history, Derek Lalonde. Derek, welcome to Detroit.
Thank you. Very excited for the opportunity and the challenge. I've been very fortunate my whole career. I took an approach and a strategy of be in the present, be great at the job you're at, and be passionate with it.
I like the fact that it's going to take some time, but I think he knows the direction he has to take, which is going north little by little. And again, the Red Wings aren't there yet. There's still more pieces to the puzzle that needs to be joined together. But I think he sees in time that with the young talent that this Red Wing team has, that sooner or later they're going to win and they're going to be champions.
Next up, Montreal for the NHL Draft, where the Wings awaited their turn at pick number 8.
The 2022 draft is going to be immensely important for the Red Wings for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, because we don't know how much longer they're going to be picking in the top 10. They want to be a team that's getting better. And if they do get better, you don't stay picking high forever. We know they need a center. It's really hard to find a center outside of the top 10 in the draft that comfortably projects to play in the top half of your lineup. That to me is the biggest need in their farm system, and there are some centers in this draft who I think would fit.
For sure, the heart rate's a little bit higher, a little bit nervous before draft picks and on draft day. But then when it was, it's hard to tell what I was thinking in that moment because it went by so fast and it was just so special. Getting to hear my name called by Steve Eisenman, it's special for sure, and I was so excited. Hugged my family and then went out there, and it's been so fun shaking everybody's hand on stage there and getting to put on the Detroit Red Wings jersey. It's been a lot of fun.
What's up, buddy? Congrats, man. That's awesome. So happy for you. Great.
Hey, great. Looks good on you, man.
Yeah, you too, man.
Thanks.
You're going back to my state, Michigan.
State, yeah,
awesome.
right. Yeah, nice.
Awesome. I'm happy for you.
The most important thing for me about the Red Wings 2022 draft class was that they finally got the center that they've been needing. Marco Kasper is a competitive, fast player who's proven himself against men. The Red Wings think he's got underrated offense, and as the season went on, you started to see that in the SHL. He was at his best in the playoffs, which is supposed to be the hardest hockey to play, and he only got better in that environment. And as the rest of the draft played out, I think you saw the Red Wings go back and look for different elements. They got Dylan James in the second round, a gritty, hard-nosed player who just won a championship in the USHL. And then you go get Dmitry Buchelnikov, who was one of the more off-the-radar players, but immediately you watch him and the skill pops, the scoring pops, you notice this stuff immediately. So you can see them looking for these different kinds of players as the draft goes on.
I understand you've never been to Detroit, but we have a development camp right after this. So how excited are you to be able to come to Michigan and see the D?
I'm really excited to go there and then meet all the guys there and be part of that great organization.
For the first time since 2019, the Red Wings held development camp for their top prospects back at the Belfour Training Center, led for the first year by Assistant Director of Player Development, Dan Cleary.
Well, development camp, is a great opportunity for these new draft picks to come in, get to know each other, get to know all of us at staff. But it's mostly an educational, 4 to 5 days. So I think overall, development camp is a great opportunity to meet future teammates and get to know each other.
Cross Hannes, I'm a forward. I didn't really have too much expectations just because it's my first one. It's been a few years since me and some of the 2020 guys have been drafted, but we got to miss ours because of the stuff that was happening and going on. So this is our first time getting to see each other and being on the ice together.
It's a great learning process for us young players to listen to past players like Niklas Kronwall, and it's really good for us to learn.
Try to develop every day just to take a place in the roster next season. So that's my goal. So hard working and everything's gonna be needed.
Uh-oh. Now you're nervous.
Oh, just.
No, I've always wanted to be mic'd up.
I talk a lot, so it's like there's gonna be a lot of footage.
Bro,
cut out and stuff. What can't this guy do? Hey?
Sing.
I think right away you saw, even on the first day of testing, one of Marco Kasper's best traits, which is his speed. He's a player who, at a pretty good size at 6'1".
Yeah,
you love the way that he moves, and when you combine it with the motor he has, it's a really enticing package.
Nice, you run. Yeah. Sorry. Shoot it.
I mean, I'm trying to develop my game, I think, every day, so I'm really focusing on my development. So coming here and getting the opportunity to work with skating coaches, skills coaches, it's really good. And also getting all the information in meetings, it's been great few days.
I was super excited to see some of the kids, see their growth, see their maturity.
Hey, Pierce, when you're doing that, jab stepping, bring the elbows up. It's easier to tuck that puck. Okay. Make sense?
And overall, just getting to know these kids. I go and watch them, talk to them through the year, whether it be video or after games. But it's not like this. You get to see some of their personalities come out. I really enjoyed it. It was great. It was great to have them so happy we were able to do it this year.
I mean, everything in your game, everything always can be improved. I think skating is still one of my big things, and nobody can be a good enough skater in hockey, so just keep learning that way. Keep getting repetitions there. For me, I think another big thing I like to think of is myself as kind of a leader, and being kind of one of the older guys, I guess, here, maybe like middle of the pack, but just kind of making sure everybody's comfortable, kind of leading the way for my team or whatever, my group of guys. I like to kind of push myself in that area as well.
I tried it. Tried to be you.
We try to provide them with all the tools we can, and we just try to make sure that they are not short for anything.
I think one of the interesting things about development camp is it gives players a taste of what their life can be like. At the end of this long road that is the developmental journey, you get here, you get to Little Caesars Arena, you play on this ice at the Belfour Center, you see the championship banners that are hanging on the side, and you see the amenities and all that stuff. It gives you a small taste of this is what you're working for, this is where you can end up if you put the work in when you go back. They teach them a lot this week, but I think that motivational element is almost as important as any of it.
Oh my gosh, dude, I'm done. I'm done. It was tough, but it was really
The tank's
good.
empty.
It was fun.
No, that was a fun day.
It was.
When free agency began, the Red Wings wasted no time pursuing the players they wanted to come to Detroit.
So free agency starts, and right away, the Red Wings are all over the board. And your reaction is, okay, they're serious, they're trying to get better for next year. They take Andrew Kopp, they get the second line center they need. They go get Ben Sherratt and get a big bruising defenseman that they can add. Oli Mata. They go and sign David Perron, who I think was one of the surprise signings. They get a winger who can really help their power play and a veteran. And then Dominic Kubalik. And by the end of the day, you're sitting there and you realize they've just turned over a quarter of their lineup.
I feel like there's a lot of really good pieces here, and I think today with a bunch of the additions, it's an exciting time and just ready to take the team to the next level.
I wanted to be a part of a solution, and I felt like I could have the opportunity to kind of show my leadership and kind of show what kind of player I can be. I know I'm getting older, but I still have a lot to prove in my head.
Steve Yzerman builds good teams. I think everyone knows that.
It's special anytime a guy like Steve Yzerman calls you. Again, it captures your attention big time.
I think there is a real effect to the fact that Steve Yzerman is putting together something in Detroit that players around the league are starting to take note of.
I think we're a deeper team. I think these guys are, I believe, are all good, responsible two-way players. The defensemen, for the most part, good defenders, solid defenders that will help us be harder to play against, get the puck out of our end, and keep the puck out of our net.
You look at all the different pieces of this offseason, from bringing in a new coach to all these free agent signings and trades that Steve Yzerman made, and you're left with this training camp that has the potential to be a real tone setter for the Red Wings. There's going to be a lot of competition. I don't think there's a whole lot of jobs that are set in stone in the back half of the lineup, and I think this is how you start to build the culture the Red Wings want to build, where you have to go to Traverse City, you have to win a job, and that's all going to start at training camp.